Valve guide removal, breakdown, and replacement.
Using your 2mm Allen key, take the 3 screws off the grip cheek. Note you'll only need to remove the right side grip cheek. Your battery can stay in place for this one. You'll now remove your eye ribbon wires and the solenoid wires from the board. You'll want to be a little gentle with that. Unscrew your mini reg from the flash tank, and using your 3mm Allen key, you can now take the grip frame off of the gun body itself. You can now remove your flash tank with a 4mm key. Note there's a seal there, you don't want to lose that.
The extraction tool provided in your toolkit, you can remove the end plug retaining pin. If you have not yet removed this before in your gun, it may be very stiff. You may have to pull firmly. Remove the volume chamber end plug. You can either use an Allen wrench as shown, or you can use your pressure test gauge screwed into the end plug. You'll want to remove the valve guide locking pin. Note the orientation that it goes into the body so that you can put it in correctly when you put it back. You can now push the valve guide out of the front of the gun using an Allen key. You'll want to be careful not to damage the front surface of the valve guide. Remove the black O-rings and inspect them for any damage. You'll also want to look at the white seal and see if it has any flaws. Place the black O-rings onto the valve guide. Note this locking pinhole in the valve guide. You'll want to make sure it lines up with the locking pinhole in the body of the gun itself. You'll notice that when we push the valve guide back in, we use either our fingers or a tool that has a soft face so that we don't damage the valve guide. This tool has a soft face that won't damage the guide. You can also use an Allen key to make sure that the locking pinholes line up between the body and the guide. Replace your port blanking plug and put your guide locking pin back in place. Make sure it seats all the way down. You can now replace your flash tank. Make sure that the seal between the flash tank and the body is present. Reattach your grip frame to the gun and use your 3mm Allen key to tighten the 2 screws. You can now screw your mini reg back into your ASA flash tank. Put your solenoid wires and your eye ribbon wires back onto the board. Make sure the eye wires go into the proper sockets, and make sure that after you've connected your solenoid wire that it's tucked up out of the way of both the trigger and the trigger switch. You can now replace your grip cheeks and tighten the screws using your 2mm Allen key.